10 seconds.
5 seconds
Someone's
remaining.
connection just drowned. They always float to the top eventually. Just wait a minute.
Right, well that kind of sucked. Did your game also go down?
Yep. But they closed, the lobby closed.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Just, dude, one thing that I actually never checked is, are you able to broadcast?
The Dire get a ban.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's ban now.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. We are here via Gaming Prem Division. It is going to be NTD versus KVP. I am Jubba. It's been a long time since I've been behind the mic, but hopefully it is going to be a good game, and it is going to be one for the books. We're going to wait and see. On the other side of the mic, I have got Griffin X that actually invited me to this game this evening. So, Griffin, tell me what you've got planned or what you can see these teams doing here.
Well, hopefully they play some good Dota tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully some good team fights. This is the meta at this stage.
Well, it is kind of sketchy. There's been a couple of updates of late, and definitely heroes that I don't want to be playing against is the Clock, the Tusk, the AA, even the Kunkka. I don't even know. That for me is an instant ban right there. But the bans have come out thick and fast for the side of the Dire. NTD has gotten rid of the Omni Knight. destroyed the Disruptor and got rid of the Witch Doctor. For the side of the Radiant, they have chosen to actually ban out the Clock, the
Wow.
Tusk, and the AA. But two big openers coming out here for KVP.
Yeah, the Slaughter and the Lifestealer, really good combo together. Nice carry for the Lifestealer bomb into the Slaughter with the Blink Dagger stun coming out there. I like the Shadow Shaman pick also from New Text Document. Shadow Shaman's pretty good against like Lifestealer. That Insta X just disables him pretty long, and he's got good control, good pushing power on that side as well. But we'll see what New Text NTD picks up with that Shadow Shaman now.
Well, we know Shadow Shaman has been one of the supports that actually has got a bit of a higher right-click damage. So really good at harassing our people out of the lane. Those right clicks are really strong. They do manage to pick themselves up the Tide Hunter, one of this big green watermelon. Going to be probably sticking him into the offlane. So now looking at the opening here for NTD, they've opted to go for the support and offlaner pick. Whereas for the side of KVP, gone for a core as well as an offlaner, or could be positioned for yet for the Slaughter. We don't know yet. We'll wait and see. Do you have any feel where the Slaughter is going to actually be placed?
I think it's going to be a support Slaughter. He's been picked more as a support these days. Offlane, he's not that viable. He's going to have a bit of a problem running against the Shaman as well with all of that lockdown on his side. And if NTD pick up something like a Juggernaut or something, the Slaughter's really going to struggle in the offlane. But I'm looking at this Tide Hunter lane versus the Lifestealer. I think it's quite even. The Tide Hunter wins the early levels, I think, with the Anchor Smash doing a lot of physical damage against the Lifestealer. But as the Lifestealer gets stronger, he starts to zone out this Tide Hunter because of him being a strength hero and all of that HP that he can steal with the Lifestealer.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a little bit of a tough lane. A melee versus Tide Hunter is going to suffer in the lane. KVP obviously going to be looking up for a ranged support. A couple of bans coming out though for both teams. Death Prophet being decimated, the OD being taken out of the pool, as well as the Gyro and the Terrorblade. But KVP, they pick up their first support. It's going to be the Rubik, and we know exactly what he's going to be going for.
What's that? That Ravage.
For the Ravage.
Yes.
You know what, it may even be worth it to go for Aghanims on the Rubik. You steal the snakes, drop the snakes, pick up the...
And it's very easy to steal those snakes. As a support player, I play a lot of Shadow Shaman, and when you cast the snakes, usually there isn't any bloody thing you can cast any of your other spells on, and the Rubik just comes in and steals your snakes, and he just casts the snakes onto your snakes, and they just cancel each other out basically. But I can't believe KVP didn't ban out the Juggernaut, because like Shadow Shaman Juggernaut is such a easy combo in the lane as well, and it just sets up so well for them. But okay, not banning out the hero. I guess they're scared of the Gyro, and Gyro and Shadow Shaman is just as good, but the TV, I'm not too sure.
Well, we're gonna wait and see what they go for. They go for a Pudge. Okay, now Pudge for a Prem Division team to pick up a Pudge, they've obviously got some kind of strat in mind. You got a decent shackle into hook. You're gonna make easy hooks coming out for the Pudge, unless they've got some other plan stored up here for the side of NTD. It seems like they've got a little bit of a draft, a little bit of a strat going on here. What it is just yet, I am unclear. Do you have any idea what they're going to go for? What could they pick up next? They're looking for their core and their mid laner now.
I'm just saying, like, today I played 2 ranked games. I played with 2 Pudges, and they both cost me the game horribly. So I hate this Pudge pick just because of that reason. And the roaming meta has been a bit of a fade out with this new patch, so we'll have to see how NTD makes this Pudge work. They've got nice setup for the hook, that is true, but like I need to see the impact of it in the mid lane. Is going to be very important for them. Phoenix is now picked up here for KVP, so yeah, I haven't seen Phoenix in a long time as well.
Well, one of my mates actually plays a devastating Phoenix, and he plays him really well. So let's see if the side of KVP can live up to the standards of my boy Sly. Shout out to you, boy. I don't know if you're watching or what you're doing, or if you're jamming a game. He plays a really sick Phoenix, and what NTD is going to have to be looking for now is a heavy right click, or rather a hero that can right click Musa fast. So Wind Ranger, we're looking at Clinks. We're looking at PLs.
The
We're looking at
dire get
those
back.
heroes that can actually just right click down that ball before it actually gets done, before the silence, if they don't have a silence for the side of NTD. So we'll see and what they decide to go for. He's going to be the Luna. It's going to have the Manta style, going to be able to right click down that egg.
Here's the Radiant
Is it going to be
Band.
enough though? The other three heroes from the side of NTD don't really have much to deal with the ball.
Yeah, that is true. The lives, yeah, like Phoenix is gonna have a pretty good time, I think. No, really, just targets the Luna with one of those spirits and they can't kill that egg. There's no way about it. And
10
now the
seconds.
mid laner needed now for new text Optimum, and I think they need another like
5
right clicker, maybe like a Shadow
seconds
Fiend. I think Shadow Fiend is
Turn to
pretty
pick.
good here for them. A very good team fight then as well with the Tide Hunter Shadow Shaman. A lot of damage with the Luna as well, so I hope they pick up that Shadow Fiend. Razor now banned out, and the Queen of Pain. Oof, what do you think NTD and KVP are gonna pick up now for their mid laners?
10 seconds.
Well, when I see a Quap being banned out, generally it leads towards the
5
TA,
seconds
just
remaining.
because the dagger just ticks away at those at her shield. So it could be a TA mid for KVP. It's also another good vessel for the Life Stealer to actually be mobile in. She also generally picks up the blink dagger as well. Right click damage from the side of KVP doing really well. I mean, they've got a lot of right click damage. For the side of NTD, disable, quite a bit of disable, quite a bit of lockdown, and something we never touched on, but the Dismember from Pudge is really, really, really good against Lifestealer because it goes through rage.
Yeah, that is a good point to make there, but once that if they don't kill him within the dismember time, that lifesteal is just gonna unleash his rage and go to havoc, and probably the Pudge gonna die instantly just because he's a strength hero as well, and he's just gonna lose all his health
Dire's
instantly.
turn to
Now the
pick
mid laner gonna
Dragon
pick up a Dragon Knight. That is a very odd pick against a lifestealer, I would say, and a Slaughter with all that minus armor.
Look, it's not a bad pick. I mean, if the DK manages to get to his Silver's Edge, opens up on the Lifestealer, I mean, that is going to be a decent opener
10
for the side of
seconds.
NTD. Obviously, if he can get the farm, if he can make that happen. Now they're going to look to
5
put something in the
seconds
mid lane, but it
remaining.
looks like they had this planned all along. I mean, banning out the OD, it kind of leads that it's going to go DK. Banning out the Razor, going to be the DK. So
Definitely.
NTD looks like they've got a strategy. They came into this draft knowing what they wanted to do. We'll have to wait and see if they can actually fulfill it. KVP, last and final pick. I'm probably feeling towards the TA.
TA, I haven't seen a TA in like, what's it now, been a month, 2 months? It's not a very
What about
big
an
meter.
Ember? Maybe even an Ember.
Oh, I would love to see an Ember. I would really love to see an Ember. It'd be really good. I think they're gonna need a bit more magical burst. They only have like the Rubik and the Phoenix for magical. Lifestealer does a good amount of physical with the Slaughter, so if they can get another magical burst, maybe something like a Puck. A bit more magical actually, I'm not sure.
Maybe a Puck could do really well. Jumps in, gets the initiation off. It looks like they're going to be thinking about it. What's it going to be? And they're going to close it out with the SF. It is going to be a big pickup here for the boys. And the amount of right click damage, the amount of negative aura on the side of KVP is going to be ridiculous. Something also,
Yeah.
Rubik's third ability is now toggleable. Is
Yeah,
that correct?
toggleable. Yeah, toggleable.
And now it's going to be able to do more magical damage to the side of NTD. This is going to be a really interesting game. As this game pans out, looking at the drafts alone, I don't really know these teams too well or the players themselves. Looking at the draft, who are we looking at being our favorite?
I like KVP's draft just with the amount of minus armor against the NTD's lineup. I think it's going to be a
10
lot. They're going to struggle a lot on
seconds.
NTD to get that up. The Tide is going to have to go for a mech and a lot of armor items just to try and keep his team alive against all of that negative armor. What about you?
I don't know. There's a Pudge on the side of NTD, so you can never write out a team with a Pudge. If he gets those early kills, starts building up to those flesh heaps, there's going to be one monster to take down, and I feel that it's going to be a position 4 Slaughter, which means he's not going to get his blink.
Well, technically there's
on
2
top.
Pudges on this game now because there's a Rubik on the other team. Hopefully he steals some hooks and we get some more hooking action into this game.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see as it does pan out. The game is underway. as the loading screen does pop out. I do really like this new interface.
It's
It
very
came
nice.
out around about, man, I think I was down in Bloemfontein when it actually came out. So there we go. All right, Jubba, press the right buttons, my boy. Okay, there we go. And I got.
Got a nice pause to start the game off.
I'm actually getting messages here from some of my friends saying that you're actually coming through twice. Let me just see if I am doing something incorrect, because it is probably me. All right,
Check
testing. Can you
my
hear me?
setting. Yeah, I can still hear you.
All right, all right. I think we're golden. All right. Okay.
Just let us know.
Okay. Game is paused. All right, boys. If you are listening, do let me know. I am on a new PC, so things have been swapped around, and.
Who's the new sponsor?
Elite Pro, thanks for the boys at Elite Pro. They
Okay.
looked after me, so it's a little bit of a different rig, and that's why some of my things are a little bit chaotic. But anyway, nonetheless, the game is about to get under the way. Starting on the side of the Radiant's going to be the Dark Dice, going to be playing the Shadow Shaman, Tupac, going to be playing our Pudge, Sandreal on our DK, TXT, Luna, going to be playing her, and last but not least, it is going to be the Tide Hunter. On the side of the Radiant, take it away.
On the side of the... No, it's a Dire, sorry.
Dire,
On the
my
Dire,
And we're
it's gonna be
underway.
Escatit, gonna be playing the Shadow Fiend, Clap gonna be playing the Slaughter, Hallow on the Phoenix, and H2O on the Live Stealer, Cell gonna be playing on that Rubik, and that is the team for KVP.
Right, well, as it gets underway, H2O on the lifestealer going to be making his way top. How do you think the lanes are going to be panning out here? Do you think it's going to be a duo versus duo lane?
I think it's gonna
I
be
think
2-1-1 for KVP with the roaming Pudge. No, sorry, on the Radiant, sorry, with the 2-1-1 on the Radiant side with the roaming Pudge going to whatever lane needs the gank. Probably a tri-lane set up here for KVP, and yeah, 2 single calls on the mid lane and bottom lane.
Alrighty, I believe that you are still being heard twice. Let me see what is going on here.
30 seconds to battle.
You can still keep our guests entertained.
Okay, cool. So yeah, ping's coming out here at the bottom lane. Pudge taunting here in the bottom lane. 4 heroes actually on the bottom side for TXC. They're gonna contest this bounty rune of KVP in the bottom side, and they're gonna get it. And on the other side of the map, KVP moving now in as well, chasing the Tide Hunter out of his own. Actually, Tide gonna go man up against the him, but Cell lifts, get the Rubik up and secures the bounty rune for them. So 3 bounty runes there for TXT.
Alrighty, okay. It seems like I've got things sorted, but now there's another problem that's burst in my bubble. So they got 2 bounty runes apiece. Not pretty
3.
bad going. Both teams. Okay, wait. You know, when you expect things to work, I do apologize.
It's okay. It's been a while. New PC, a lot of new stuff, so getting used to it. It's a new season of Years Gaming as well. Oh no, like Tide Hunter in a bit of trouble here. Live Seeder going on, Rubik lift is there. Now the feast going on to... Oh, Tide Hunter just TP's out of there. He's pretty safe. Oh, actually just TP's back to his tower, and he has a salve ready for himself, so he's gonna have that pop that salve soon and just regen up back. And actually you were right, it is a Slaughter offlane.
Alright, so no, that's gonna put him in position 3, but Dark Dice on the Shadow Shaman gets the shackles off, the stun comes out. TXT just gets a right click off, and the rod comes out from the Pudge. Gonna be enough to shut down Clap, but in the top lane, Epic for Days, Tide Hunter goes down. That is gonna be your first blood going in favor of the Dire. And KVP put themselves on the board.
It's pretty weird that Tide Hunter never popped his salve, and he just stayed on that low HP, and this Dire Ward just scouted it out, and yeah, they see he didn't pop the salve, so another opportunity there for KVP. And now the Phoenix, he's rotating into this mid lane now, going to put some pressure onto the Dragon Knight. Not much pressure.
Yeah, well, he got spotted out. There's not going to be anything further. Yeah, I suppose it's also just to show mid players what is cracking. But Hex comes out, Clap's going to go down, and they eventually do get the kill there. So now, 1-for-1, both off-laners biting the dust, and things are looking pretty easy. The bounties are out. Tide managed to pick up theirs, as well as the Pudge and the Phoenix. Dark Dice, Shadow Shaman, in a little bit of a situation here. Hello spots him out.
There's a DD in the top lane, and Shadow Shaman with the DD is very scary. And Hello just says thank you for the double damage. He doesn't want to play against that Shadow Shaman with the double damage.
Right, well, he does pick it up. Top lane though. Sal playing very sneakily on the side. Got telekinesis as well as the Fade Bolt ready. Does he try and block it out? We do have the Anchor Smash coming out. I think this is just going to be a little bit of a static lane for the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be quite stale.
Quite a tanky little bugger to actually deal with. Let's keep our attentions here to the bot lane. They've got Slaughter. He's also getting nothing much out of this. And Phoenix out in the mid lane. Let's take a look at the last hits, because I mean this is where SF starts to shine.
Yeah, but looks like the DK is hitting a bit more last hits than the Shadow Fiend in the early stages. Has to build up those tools, but he has his 12 Necromastery charges. Got his bottle just now as well, so he's gonna have a bit of a better lane now. But the Dragon Knight also having his Soul Ring, so has to be careful of the brief fire spams gonna come out from this Dragon Knight.
Well, things come out bot. They may want to try and make a play here in the bot lane. Jump into the top. Tide, quite low HP. H2O trying to find a couple of right clicks, and Smash does come out. Sal trying to dart around the back. There comes out the Clarity. Doesn't have enough telekinesis available, but his Clarity, he's actually salving himself up. There's a telekinesis.
He's got a TP.
Gonna try and trap him in the trees. He does. H2O can't get up, but H2O made a gap for him. And the TP comes out. Is it gonna be enough? The rage is gonna be
and again, he just TPs. He just TPs back to his tier 1 again, not back to base.
Bot lane though, we're gonna lose Clap again. Nice Shackles and Hook coming out from this deadly combo. The Pudge Shadow Shaman, not to be messed with.
Yeah, I think they should have put the Phoenix bottom lane just a bit easier lane for the Phoenix. Has that escape mechanism with the Icarus dive, and just put the Slaughter on a roaming support. Very good roaming hero that is, but we'll see how they change. Looks like they're going to change the lanes a bit though.
I think we're going to send DK back mid. They're pretty happy with Loot in the bot lane. She's not doing too bad, although the Lifestealer, her counterpart, is actually 2 LS above her, so, or 2 LH above her. So she's not doing too bad, considering that it's been got 3 heroes in the bot lane. But the Shackles comes out. Hello, trying to get it. The stun does come through. Not enough to actually bring down Hello, but that was really, really close. A little bit later, and that could have actually been a devastating blow there for the Phoenix.
I think it is a better move. Yeah, I think it is a better move though from KVP to put the Phoenix in instead of the Slaughter. If that was a Slaughter, he definitely would have died. And I think the Slaughter now reverting to the support role and the Phoenix into the offlane role. He's gonna sit in the trees here and just farm his leech some experience from this bottom lane.
I think this is the plan that he needs to do. Get to that level 6, get that egg, start taking team fights and making those big plays. They're probably also going to be playing around either a Blink or Shadow Blade on the SF. Which do you think he's actually going to go for first? Or what is the meta now? Is it Yules?
I think it's still the Yules meta with the magical damage, but I think just because they have such a high physical damage enhancements with all the minus armor they have, I think he needs to go for the physical damage build and just get some right click damage going with the Shadow Blade. The Silver Edge is going to be really good against the Dragon Knight, I think. So yeah, things like that would be even good.
Epic for Days has been caught out. I like the way Slaughter is actually holding on to his stun in case he tries the TP trick again. And now Epic for Days trying to be juking around through the trees, and the clap does come out, bringing
mid lane
down
Escated. Gets taken down by Sangria when the Dragon Knight loses all his souls. That's a very big kill there for the Dragon Knight.
Well, they lost the Phoenix in the bot lane. They lost SF in the mid lane. So all of a sudden, KVP, a little bit on the back foot, they did get the Titan to kill, but then 2 kills straight after that. And it was a solo kill for the DK as well. So that's pretty big for him as well.
That is very big for him. There are a few stacks in the jungle for the Shadow Fiend, but now Sal and Clap rotating into this mid lane now to gank this Dragon Knight. His dragon form is gonna wear off pretty soon, but he has a double damage on him, so a bit scary.
None of them have smoke on them, so it's not going to be an easy gang should it happen. But all of a sudden, we've got infiltrators in the backlines. Dark Dash, Shadow Shaman, Puck, there's the hook, Sheep immediately, and Shackles is going to be good. Does they get support from the rest of the team? Shadow Fiend is trying to make his way up there. There's the first raise, second raise, third raise, easy peasy. Shadow Shaman hits the deck, and now the DK comes in, throws out a breath of fire, and that's going to be him diving out of there. Phoenix TP's in as well. There comes down the Fury Fires and trying to bring down the DK. Gets the one raise off. Can he start building those stacks? Tupac is in the vicinity and Dragon's now going to be used out, but his raw brought him straight to the Slider. Slider crashes into death, and now the Pudge next to go down as well as the SF gets himself a double kill off the back of that. KVP.
That Pudge is probably kicking himself now, and that Dragon Knight's going to be really mad at his Pudge there.
Yeah, that. I think he could have actually gotten the kill on that. I'm not too sure. He could have possibly got it.
Yeah, if he hooked
I mean,
the Rubik or the Phoenix, he would have killed them easily. But instead, he hooked the Dragon Knight and got both of them killed.
Yeah, a bit of a problematic hook there, but nonetheless, they are going to reset and they're going to try and make a play here. But 2 smokes up, 3 smoke up, and now the Luna's in trouble. There's a telekinesis into Stomp, and now TXT trying to get out of there, but Pudge in the back lines gets the hook, but throws it forward. The Lucid beams coming out, clips, and double kill coming out for the Luna. She may even turn it into 3. The clap comes down, slowing down the Pudge. Going to try and rot and slow him down. As he turns his attention to the KFC, he does it, and triple kill for the Luna. That is not something you want to be doing so early in the game. But SF has got inverse, turns it around. Can she pick off another one? Not doing enough, and there we go. SF actually managing to get those stacks off and taking down the Luna. Nice little killing spree broken down there for him. But in the top lane, the Tide takes down H2O. It's shared between the Shadow Shaman and now Clap. Trying to make something happen here. I'm not going to be able to do enough and just defend out this tier 1 top.
Yeah, I think just a note there is the Shadow Fiend didn't get the last hit onto that Luna kill would have helped him really a lot, but instead the Phoenix got it. But in the top lane, losing your Lifestealer against the Tyrants and the Shadow Shaman should not really happen, but yeah, melee heroes tend to struggle against that Tyrant, but not having your support there to help the Lifestealer, I think they need to prioritize that on the side of KVP. And now Smoke here from Pudge, where is he gonna go?
Oh, they're trying to see if they can find something. They do have the Shadow Shaman and the Tide in the vicinity. The only ulti available at the moment for the side of NTD is going to be the Luna, and only the ulti up on the Lifestealer at the moment. So not many level 6s, or at least none chosen to take their level 6. But now it looks like there's a little bit of a surround happening here. We've got Clap on the slide. Oh, the hook goes out, does get missed. And Telekinesis is going to be used out. Clap bringing it down, pops out the Shrine just to make sure we've got a dual fight happening over here. The Pudge is going to try and TP himself out, and Lifestealer just keeping the 2 supports busy, as it ends up being a nothing for nothing trade.
Yeah, so the Tide Hunter was deep there in the jungle. He took one of the small camp stacks and one of the medium camp stacks that they were trying to prep for the Shadow Fiend. So really smart play there from Epic for Days, stealing some of the stacks there away from the side of KVP, and the supports also wasted their time now, not getting that bonus gold from stacking. So good play there from the Tide Hunter.
I'm very interested to see what the Shadow Shaman ends up doing here. A couple of things coming out. Gonna try and stack this up, but it gets rooted out. Look at the amount of damage that those ancients do to a support. Oh, that's a hard life being a support.
Yeah, those ancients especially are not your best friends when stacking, especially if you get rooted or something. It's so annoying to stack those camps. But running up to the mid lane now, gonna try and smoke breaks. Let's get it. Oh, gonna get
SF does get the one race. Shackle comes out. Pudge gonna pull out the hook. Gonna get stunned out. Stuns out the Rubik. You're not gonna be good enough. Gets telekinesis, brings him back. In the meantime, can SF bring down the Pudge? He's quite a little bit of a tank at the moment, as Rubik and Phoenix trying to hold him back. Going on to the top lane. Tupac, the Pudge trying to get out of there. Does he have another stun? He does, and gives the last hit to the SF. Nice play there from the Slider, just setting it up the kill there for his mid laner.
just looking at the last hits,
Dire's bottom tower
the Lifestealer
is
hitting
under
on
attack.
62 for 28 and
Dire's
the
structures
Luna on
are
61 for 37, so
fortified.
very equal. But the Luna should have been pulling forward with those Moonglaves, should be getting a bit more farm than the Lifestealer, so a bit surprised there.
Well, if you actually look at the net worth, which is the graph that I'm on at the moment, the Luna is actually top of the log because of that triple kill that you got in the bot lane. So all in all equal, but top lane now the shackle does come out and trying to rock him down. Side does stop the ravage. It's gonna be good. The hook comes out, obliterates the Slardar. Now Tide needs to get out of there. Pops out the ones coming through, and Telekinesis is gonna just be dropped down straight away just to keep that Shadow Shaman at bay. And H2O just being duked around, can't make anything happen. An easy ward, D-ward, the SF. 100 gold in his pocket. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and a lot of wards coming out here in the mid lane, 2 dire wards already, and now dive onto the Dragon Knight, but he's just gonna walk it off. Nothing life-threatening towards his side.
Dire's bottom tower is about to
Well,
flounder.
it's gonna be interesting. Most of the teams here are now starting to congregate around the mid. Arcane Breach being used up.
Dire's
Do we have
bottom
any
tower
smokes on the
won't last
team?
long.
I don't see any smokes for the side of the Radiant. Well, that's a problem.
No.
The 3 smokes for the side of the Dire. That is going to possess a bit of a problem here when it comes to the later part of the game when all the heroes get their ultis up. It's going to make for some interesting rotations.
Yeah, just looking at that vision there in the top side for the Radiant. 3 wards in the jungle, making sure they have eyes on the Shadow Fiend and the Lifestealer as they're in the jungle. Actually, they go onto the Shadow Fiend, yeah. So
Well,
TP's
they
come in,
decide to
though.
stun him up and instant rotations coming through. Sheep comes out, they're going to get the stun off onto the Shadow Shaman. He's going to be dead, throws out the shackle, just trying to keep the SF at bay. And the egg gets popped down. DK was thinking of coming back in to help his comrade. But the egg is down now. We've got 4 rotations
Dire's
mid.
top tower is about to
I
take
suppose
the
for a
plunge.
support, I suppose that space created for the Luna in the top lane. She's going to take down this tier 1. TPs have been used, so it's going to be the long run to beat him. As Phoenix is already on his way there now.
Interesting build here on the Lifestealer. He's got the Maelstrom up now and going for that armlet now, so trying to up his farm through to keep up with that Luna's farm rate, and I think it's a really good idea there from the Lifestealer. Very good build.
Oh, well, considering that you've mentioned items now at the moment, let's talk on item builds and items that teams should be playing around. If I bring up our item list at the moment, correct me if I'm wrong, Clap, the Slardar is waiting for his blink. We're going to see some big rotations or big movements coming out when that happens.
Still very
SF,
far
the
away, though.
Shadow Blade.
Yeah, is Shadowblade going to be picked up on the Shadow Fiend? He's probably going drums, going to finish up his drums. Then we'll see either he goes for the Yule's build, which is the magic build, or he's going to go for the Shadowblade into the, what do you call that, Silver's Edge. But now here in the top line, looks like action is running here. Oh, Ravage comes out and the Rubik just instantly pops. Hits 3 on the Ravage. Lunsa Beam from the Luna ulti comes out and Shadow Fiend pops ulti as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tide on 10, a bit of trouble.
But the Dire decides to move it, being shackled in the backlines. Luna's going to hit the deck, and now Dark Dice needs to get out of there. The Phoenix dives forward, can we bring down Tide? They do. And now the Shadow Shaman needs to get himself out of there. Has actually got hazed up, and he's going to go down as well. So 3 for 0 trade coming in favor of a KVP. All of a sudden, turning that team fight, especially with such a good Ravage. I think they got a 3-man Ravage there, and they still couldn't turn the tide. So
Yeah.
bit problematic here for the side of the Radiant.
Yeah, the thing is, they got that 3-man Ravage off, but there was just they killed the Rubik instantly, but there was no follow-up onto the other heroes, and that created enough time for the rest of KVP to move in and just take the fight to NTD, and they get a three heroes down there from the side of NTD.
Yeah, well, when we were talking about items and item progressions and where we see the players moving towards and what they want to actually pick up, something I noticed specifically on the Lifestealer. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Armlet generally the first item you go for? Yes, you mentioned Maelstrom's a good farming item, but isn't that the first one you go for? Isn't that the first item you go for?
Usually it is, yes. I think you should have gone maybe for it in this. Like, if you want to fight a lot with the Lifestealer, that Armlet is really good in the first few fights you take, because no other hero is almost as strong as a Lifestealer with an Armlet first game. Maybe except like in high school or anything, but in this game would have been really good. But he gets the Maelstrom instead. Just, I think, for the farming speed is the only reason he wanted that Maelstrom.
Right, so we're gonna chalk it up to a little bit of farming. I suppose instead of getting the Midas, rather get some Maelstrom. Helps him with the tech damage, as well as a little bit of a farming item.
Yeah, and there isn't a lot of like illusion heroes on the side of NTD, so Maelstrom just a farming item. There's no other reason for it.
Well, I mean, just taking a squiz at the Rubik, we mentioned it in the beginning, with the amount of auras and negative armor coming out here for the side of the Dire. Sal, our Rubik, has actually engaged the null field damage bonus.
They don't have a lot of magical burst on the side of KVP, so I don't know if that's the best idea. I think you want to keep it on the other side so you can defend against all the magical bursts from KVP with like the Tidehunter Ravage, the Luna ulti, the Jaggernight's fire, Shadow. There's actually a lot of magical on that side, so I think he needs to switch up his null field to the other side, and now he smokes up actually 3-man smoke here with Clap, Hello and Cell. It looks like they're going to rotate to the mid.
Oh, they're going to do a big wraparound from the back here. We've got the Shadow Shaman, we've got the Luna, we've got the DK, and here comes the big surprise. Boom, boom. The ulti comes out here from the SF in the back lines. The egg goes down. Sangreal gets forced forward. The DK bites the dust. They lose the Shadow Shaman. The tide comes in too late. The egg has been used out. Didn't catch anyone. And the Page trying to see if he can actually get any spells of Warrior. Does he find anyone? He doesn't want to actually catch the Slaughter. Would be the worst catch that he can. The Luna sitting on the high ground. Can he try and find something? Lucent Beams comes out from the high ground. Sal coming through the trees. Can he find a pick off? There comes the sheep. And the Haze gets brought down. Misses the stun. Epic Foot Daze throws down an Anchor Smash. Hasn't popped out Ravage yet. It is available. They don't have the DK back yet. The Shadow Shaman TP's in to get himself back in the mix. And this may just be the Dire saying they want to get out of here. But Sal in a little bit of a problem here. Last going down to the Luna. And he couldn't get out of there. He couldn't get out of there.
No, he was trapped, he was in a bad space, but still a really good fight there from KVP. Bringing that DK down so quickly was really well executed there by them. Just now they still have this Tide Ravage and need to make a play with it on the side of NTD. Snakes are also up, so they can pressure this tier 2 here in the mid lane.
Illusion.
And they're going to pop out their shrine here in the bottom side. They're going to use snakes here on this tier 2. They definitely want to start taking objectives, especially picking up the shaman. That is something that you drastically want to try and do. They've used the Infest. That's not available anymore for the side of the Dire. Slaughter actually chasing down bot. They're just going to give away the tier 2 for the moment. And they sent Clap to the bot lane. I think this is what he needs to do. He needs to get his Blink Dagger. It's locked, it's loaded. He needs like 700 gold to make this happen.
Yeah, definitely. And KVP, I think, making the right decision there, not trying to fight there in the mid lane because they know the Ravage is up and just let the tower go down with the wards already placed down as well. They 5-man smoke down now as well. And what's their plan?
I actually really like this kind of play. As soon as you take an objective, you back off, smoke up, and see if you can find a pick off. Sometimes teams overextend, and then you can pounce right back on them. Saw a lot of it happening on the international scene when teams would do that. As soon as an objective was taken, they'd fall back, smoke up, and tighten the noose once again on the opposing team.
I think what they could have done is maybe just get a nice Radiant ward here for the side of NTD to keep eyes on this 3 jungle camps here on the side of the Dire on the bottom right. Would have helped them to see the Lifestealer's items, and actually Lifestealer has the Omelet of Mordigian now and going for the Sanj and Yasha. Finished up the Sanj already, so getting quite tanky and a bit scary now is this Lifestealer. Ahead in the last hits as well, 138, and the Shadow Fiend in the second place is 127. Although the gold lead is inside of NTD, just the farm is very good on the side of KVP thus far.
So I do have a question. I mean, we're speaking about the Lifestealer and items that he's chosen. He's got the Sanjay already chosen up here. Why doesn't he finish out the Halberd? I mean, you'd want to throw that onto the Luna when she's right-clicking. Hook goes out, Tupac misses it, and they're going to be able to walk away scot-free.
Yeah, so I think the Sanj and Yasha is just for that. The Yasha helps a lot with that extra bonus attack speed. The Halberd is also very good against the DK and the Luna, but Luna usually goes for that Manta, so she can Manta dodge or disable the Halberd. It's pretty good against a DK, I would say, but I think it's a player preference between choosing the Sanjin Yasha and the Halberd, but the Sanjin Yasha does improve your damage output with it, attack speed bonus and the movement speed bonus, letting you be on top of the enemy heroes for as long as possible.
Alright, we're gonna see if it pans out. I feel maybe if they can stop the right clicks coming out from the Luna, I feel KVP stand a little bit of a better chance. But we'll see if it pans out, see if it pays off. If they opted for the Sanjin Yasha, would have been the better option. H2 is still sitting in the bot lane. He's going to be trying farming up as much as he can. They've also sent TXT down into the bot lane, trying to accelerate her farm as well. Does have an OX inside, but the punch does get spotted out here. Easy kill for him. They haven't been able to get the deny off, and now Luna needs to get herself out of there.
She needs to run her ass off. She makes
TP
it in time though.
50-second cooldown, but the team does actually TP in. They're going to try and support the DKs here. Are they going to send more Shadow Shamans there as well? Tide's still in the top lane. It may just be enough to actually send a KVP back.
Yeah, but the creep wave is way at the back, so KVP can't pressure this tier 2 yet. Tide being in the top lane would have helped them, because not having the Ravage there would have benefited KVP a lot. I just want to talk about this Ogre Axe on Luna. I'm hoping it's a BKB and not a Sanjin Yasha, because that Sanjin Yasha is not a Lunan item. That I'm very guaranteed of.
I agree, but now is she going to go for the BKB first? Is she going to go for the Manta first? What are her options here? I mean, she has. I mean, why not put the Ogax into the TP slot at the moment, or even into the 1 slot at the moment? Don't you think the strength would actually benefit her a little bit more?
I think the wand is pretty good at this stage, but she can swap it out with the wand if she really wants to get that extra 10 strength going. Probably a bit better, yeah, but I'm hoping she's got this Ogre Axe. It's gonna be really weird if she goes for the Manta now and has this weird Ogre Axe just lying in her inventory the whole time. Oh no, but here comes the in-face bomb. Clap sees him, she has the blink dagger, and Luna is just gonna evaporate here. Good gank there from the side of KVP.
They actually spotted it out perfectly, finding the right camp that she's going to be at, and just capitalizing off it. Good
Wasn't that
rotation
the blink reveal from Slaughter as well?
It was. I actually had my items open, and he actually just picked it up, and was waiting for some action to happen there. So yeah, that is the reveal. That is the Life Stealer vessel. All aboard for the Crush Express.
Yeah. Oh wow, Lifesteal is actually finishing up his Mjolnir now, and he's going onto the Tide Hunter here. Ravage is ready, doing a lot of damage onto the Tide, and now the Pudge comes in with his Dismember, and now they're just going to try and back out of it. Oh no, it looks like they're going to re-engage. Oh, the Red of Atos, nice deny there from Tupac. The dive in from Hello, and another feast onto the Shadow Shaman, and he's just going to vaporize there.
And the Tide and the DK walk away, licking their wounds. Luna hasn't even left the base yet, trying to make her way there. So KVP are looking really strong at the moment, and this could be them pressuring their own tier 2 tower now as well, as they lost their mid tier 2. So we're going to see how it pans out. We've still got the Pudge down on the deck for another second, going to respawning now. Shadow Shaman got 5 more seconds to get himself into battle, and the call is just to TP out, and Lifestealer gets himself out of there, pushes out bot lane, and like you said, finishing off the Million. He had finished up the Sanjin Yasha, so that was the option that he decided to go for. We'll see if it pays off a little bit later. Sometimes we see Lifestealers also going for this the Desolator. I haven't seen that, or the Staging. Haven't seen that.
Yeah, I think a Desa would have been really good either on the SF or on the Lifestealer. Just that added minus armor with the aura of the Shadow Fiend and the Slaughter Corrosive Haze would have been really good. And now fight you onto this Pudge, and he just melts with all the minus armor onto him. Jeez, like it.
Yeah, that is not where you want to be caught, on the bottom side of the hill, with Slaughter just sitting around in the vicinity. So that blink is now really starting to pay dividends, as Lifestealer also wants to start getting involved. He's holding here on the high ground, waiting for the side of the Radiant to actually get involved. Throw in the ultis. All ultis are available, but there we go, the Dragon Form being brought out here for Sandriel. The Eclipse comes out, the big SF ult comes out, the poor Rubik goes down so sweetly, and now Clap trying to get himself out of there, running along the water, and he's going to be the next point of target. But in the meantime, back in the mid lane, they do bring down the Phoenix. The hook used, but unnecessary, as Luna does eventually finish up the Slardar that was trying to get himself away. And before you know it, that was a 4-man team wipe with the Lifestealer.
Yeah, and a 3k gold swing there and 5,500 XP going the side of TXP, and now they're going to try and pressure high ground. They still have the snake wards as well, so they might be looking a lane of racks here for the side of TXT.
Middle tower is under
Now, this is a big push. They do have 2 buybacks available. The question is, do they want to use the 10 seconds out on the SF? They actually forced the buyback on the Slardar with like almost 12 seconds to go, but now they jump in. The Slardar gets in there, throws down the crush. They pick up the Rubik, gets the kill there. Another one down. Buyback coming out again for this. Oh no, the Slardar did buyback, and now the SF is approaching, but it's too late. The Rex is gone, and too little, too late.
Yeah, that's the big thing here from the side of TXT. They got a really good team fight, and if they don't use the snakes for the fights and save it for the next objective, they can take a Rax really quickly, especially with the Luna as well, and the Dragon Knight does a lot of building damage between those 3 heroes. So got to be really careful on the side of KVP on which fights they take and which fights they don't take.
Well, I mean, these both teams are starting to find their timings, their spike points at this point in time. We are 28 minutes in, 16 for 17. The Radiant have already got their first lane of racks, and then this is where the game starts tilting one side or favoring one side more than the other, is when it starts getting to this point. Teams have got their blinks up, starting to get their BKBs up, starting to get their core items up, and this is where the teams start to benefit. And the Radiant, they've got the stronger push lineup.
Yeah,
the question is if you don't get to the racks and the Dire stops you, then who wins?
Yeah, that is a good point you make there, but Shadowfiend also, he picked up that BKB now. I wonder if he's gonna finish off that Shadow Blade into Silver's Edge next, or what item he might be going next. I think a Butterfly is also really good against this physical lineup. We'll just have to see what they do.
They saw the infest out into the Slardar. Immediate egg comes out. They lose the TK immediately. The tide goes down. The hook is there. They're going to try and bring the Rubik in. The Rubik steals the Eclipse as well, but the SF pops the ult in all his glory. And a rotation of almost a full 5-man team wipe. Can they find him in the trees? Is it going to be enough? It is a triple kill going out on the SF. And boom shakalaka, exactly what we were worried about, is the stronger team fight for the side of the Dire comes out in trumps.
Yeah, I think that the thing that won them that fight was the BKB on the Shadow Fiend and the Rage onto the on the Lifestealer. As soon as that Ravage goes, BKB on the Shadow Fiend, BKB on the Lifestealer, and they just go to town. They don't give a crap about anything. And now they're going Roshan, and they've got a lot of minus armor, and Roshan's just gonna melt away instantly.
Yeah, that was a big fight to lose. Not only did you have a full 5-man team both going in favor of KPV, but you lose the Aegis, you lose the Rosh. This is now putting NTD on the back foot.
Yeah, even though they've got a Rex, it doesn't actually matter at this stage because, yeah, KVP have such a good lineup now with the Aegis as well.
They can clear those waves really quickly. And the SF, if she goes down, does have the Aegis going to be able to come back with all the souls in place. That is going to be one scary lineup to deal with.
Yeah, that is definitely true. And still the tier 2s up here for KVP, so not an easy push still lying ahead for TXT. They have to push these tier 2s first before they can get the other lanes of Raxes. And KVP as well, 2 tier 2s on the side for TXT. So yeah, some work to do still on that front.
Well, the pings come out. There's the infest bomb in the Slardar. They are looking for go time. Houston.
Oh, that ward spotted it out. That Radiant ward on this cliff just spotted out that smoke, but they still go in though.
Crush is good. They're going to try and bring down the Luna before she gets the ulti off. She didn't even have the Luna, but buyback is available for her. Now Epic for Days being chased down by H2, the Lifestealer, trying to run him down. Fate Bolt going to help her out there and does take down the Tide. Instant TP comes out for the DK, trying to get himself back to base. He manages to escape. They lost 3 in that engagement. Before you know it, before you blink, you've already lost players with the Slardar. And it is an absolutely nightmare here to deal with as soon as he gets his blinks up. But now, they're sticking Lifestealer in the forward position. Rage is up, going to right click away. Slardar jumps in, gets a 2-man crash off. Now Tidehunter gets in there, drops off a Ravage, but it's stolen by Sol. Can he bring in the Ravage to turn the tides? And the DK actually stuns out the Rubik. Is it going to be enough to actually kill him? They get the Ravage off, but he goes down. And now the egg is down. They get the denial from the Fudge. It's not going to be enough. Now Luna trying to see if they can turn it. DK gets the stun off onto the last sealer. He's going to go down. The Luna doing a huge amount of damage. And they get himself a triple kill. And the Shadow Fiend limping away on almost 0 HP. And SF, Shadow Blades up, finds the shrine, gonna try and survive, and the pings come out.
Yeah, that was quite a crazy fight there, and I just want to say, like, it was a bit of a mistake there from TXT losing those first 3 heroes initially. They had that ward, they must have seen that smoke coming, and yeah, they didn't react to it, but TXT did a really great job in taking the fight to KVP at that stage, and yeah, trading evenly 4 for 4, although I think one hero bought back. Yeah, but Luna did buy back, so a bit of
the Shaman also bought back.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, it was a crazy buyback sesh.
Well, it was most needed. They did take a really good fight against KVP, and the Aegis is now down again. How long for this Roshan? 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Still a long time.
Luna's starting to hit that point where she's starting to become very scary. She's almost got her BKB now as well. No more jumping on her with that Slardar. If she can pop that BKB before the Slardar can jump on her, then she's just going to be standing in the middle of everyone, right clicking them down, and that is going to be an absolute disaster for the side of KVP. Slardar does manage to spot out the DK, decides better of it, gets himself out of there. He's got both Blink and Force Staff now. So he's going for that full utility, help team fight mode Slardar build.
Yeah, it looks like he's queuing up the Halberd as well now. So yeah, there's your Halberd you wanted.
Yeah, there we go. That's going to be very, very dramatic. But here we go. They're going to try and spot it out. Instant Sheep coming out from the Shadow Shaman, gets it out onto the SF. And now the BKB pops out. The Lunar Eclipse is being rocked down. The SF throws out the ulti. Not going to be doing too much, but the egg gets popped down after the rod of a boom gets brought out. The stun comes in immediately from the DK onto the Slardar, and the Ravage being used out. Going to try and control out the backlines of the team fight here. And the SF, is he going to go down? Hook is going to not be needed as he goes down. H2 of the Lifestealer trying to run his sweet little heart away. In the meantime, in the backlines, DK just causing a little bit of a problem here, just to make sure that the Lifestealer does get away. The rod of a push comes down, and easy triple kill from Luna. She's now hitting really, really hard. Lifestealer TP's back in space. Buyback coming out from the Shadow Fiend. They got 2 more buybacks available should they wish to use it.
Looks like they're going for throne.
They do actually decide to use it. They're going straight tier 4s. They're forcing buybacks, people. And this
buybacks, wow.
And this is a big, big problem here for KVP.
Yeah, they're quite far behind now. They had actually a 6k gold lead before this fight, and they just threw it all away now with all those buybacks and that. But really good scan out coming in from TXT, scanning out this and waiting for them on the high ground, popping it. And they didn't even have Ravage ready on the start of that fight. Still like 7 seconds left, and eventually got popped here. When this egg went down, the rest of the Dire just tried to go back into the fight, but I think they should have just backed out of there and cut their losses, leave the Phoenix to die, and the rest would have survived it.
Nice pick up on the Ravage, not even being ready. It was more, it was surprising is that KVP actually wanted to initiate. She jumped into
Yeah.
They were the ones that wanted to initiate it. They caught Tide pretty much without his ulti. But you know where the Tides turn? I'm actually going to go back to this, to the point where the fight broke out. Is this little man here, Shadow Shaman. Boom, this Oki here.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
Hexed up the SF immediately and was unable to do anything thereafter. The Slardar got in there, got the crash off, but there was no follow-up. And from that point, it just was easy sailings for the side of NTD.
Yeah, the Hex is just such a good ability. If you get that off before the BKB, it's 3.5 seconds, and you can control him after that, so you can get the shackles onto the Shadow Fiend, and a potential 8-second lockdown onto a core. That is very scary. That's why I like the hero so much.
While the Shadow Shaman actually opted to go for the further cast range. I was having a look at it now at the moment. 125 cast range as opposed to the 4-second Hex cooldown. Now, I play Shadow Shaman quite often. I really like going for the 4-second cooldown plus the 3 seconds shackle duration. You can constantly disable one hero for the entire duration. He's completely disabled the entire time. If you time it right, sheep full duration, shackles full duration back into sheep. The hero can't actually move or do anything. Obviously, that's if there's no other heroes around to actually stop him or whatever. But essentially, that's what could happen. But he's opted to go for the cast range. Obviously, seeing the fact that he needs to stay back away from the slider, obviously he's opted to go for that route.
Yeah, I think the reasoning behind it is when you're like playing on a pick-off sort of lineup on the Shadow Shaman, you want to do the 4-second cooldown. That's when you get like heroes alone and that you can control them for a serious long amount of time. And with the cast range ability, you can put your wards away further. The shackles has a pretty long range now as well, so you can shackle someone from out of nowhere, even get the sheep down when the Shadow Fiend or the Lifestealer doesn't expect it at all, and they're just caught in a really bad position all of a sudden.
I didn't notice an item being built up onto the SF. The right-click building SF that you spoke about earlier. It's coming in. The butterfly has been queued up for the SF. I don't see any Bloodthorns or MKBs being purchased yet for the side of NTD. Do you think that's going to be a big factor?
Well, Dragonite has the Crystallis. He's queued up the Daedalus. It's a bit interesting. I think if he sees the butterfly, he's going to kick himself when he sees that, and he has Daedalus. But if he gets the crystal, what do you call it, the Bloodthorn, if he gets the Bloodthorn completed before the butterfly, Shadow Fiend's gonna have a bit of a problem there, I think.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see if it actually pays off. I mean, you're gonna have Luna with all the illusions right clicking away. We'll just see if it becomes a big factor for the side of.
Just look at the amount of minus armor on KVP. They've now got the AC completed on the Lifestealer as well. That's an extra -5 with the Shadow Fiends -6 as well. It's 11 minus armor just starting the fight. That is insane.
Gonna hurt, and that's excluding the haze that the slider brings out. What's that?
Exactly.
20 armor reduction.
So -33 if you get hazed. Oh no, you just melt. Like even DK now has 39 armor. He's gonna have 6 armor after all that, dude. That's nothing. And even if he pops BKB, it doesn't remove the haze or any of the effects. Still -30. The BKB is pretty useless in that sense.
Maybe what's maybe necessary now to actually be picked up is a Lotus Orb here for the side of NTD.
Definitely.
Saying all of that, I think I don't know if it's, I suppose, telekinesis, rage back, hazed back onto the slider. I suppose it's good, but it's not good enough to actually warrant the purchase.
The thing is with the Lotus Orb, you just want to cancel the corrosive phase on one of the cores. So say like the Luna or the DK, they get corrosive phase, you just pop it onto them and they have like a 6-second thing before they can put the corrosive phase again onto the core, and that's quite a big gap for one of your cores to cause a lot of damage.
What's that new item that they could potentially go for? What's it called? It's a really new item, so forgive me for not knowing.
The Aeon Disc.
The Aeon Disc, you know when you get blown up?
Oh yeah, that's very good against yeah, that's very good against like burst kind of lineups, but the thing is you don't want it on one of your cores because it also reduces the amount of damage you do by like 80%, 100%? I think it's 80 or 100% for like 2 or 3 seconds.
Let's have a squiz here. Okay, well hold that thought. We have the Crush coming out here. They do manage to take down the Shadow Shaman. Ravage comes out, catching out 3. The Eclipse is out. DK right-clicking away. Now the Lifestealer sitting in the back lines, trying to go toe-to-toe against the Luna. Is it going to be enough? The Slider comes in for another crush, and the Lifestealer does go down. There's the egg, deciding to actually run away, but the Pudge, man of the moment, says no, give me this egg. I want it. And he manages, Luna managing to get out of it as well as the DK. Turns around, comes back in, but the Ray from the Phoenix just too good, leaving the Pudge to try and right-click away. Not going to be good enough. They do lose the Luna eventually, and now Pudge picks up the Invis. And I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication there from NTD.
Yeah.
I think if the Luna and DK stay to fight that egg,
I have to say, really good play there by the Rubik. He actually stole the Luna's ulti and got it off just before he died. So a few of the beams went down onto the side of NTD, but really good play there from Rubik.
I got that's that egg actually finishing full duration.
Yeah,
when
that
DK
as well.
and Luna would have probably made. You know, the bounces would have bounced off the heroes and onto the eggs as well. I feel that yeah, they. I think a little bit of a bad call there from the side of NTD. Doesn't matter. Nonetheless, they're sitting 27 and 33 after the 40-minute mark. Net worths sitting with Luna at the top of the charts, followed by the SF, then the Lifestealer, then the DK. Those are our chart toppers for the moment. Stay tuned as we bring you the
And
next.
it's 41 minutes and the gold graph is really even, so these teams are quite evenly matched in this sense. And like either way, the guy who loses the next two team fights, I think, is gonna take the game. We'll just have to see how this turns out, but really close game we have here.
I think the teams need to start playing around. Rosh is available. He is in the pit, and this is when the time will tell. Is when this old man marble Death Vader, Death Star looking monster is going to be the next objective, and I think whichever team picks it up is going to be the team that walks away with game one as well. I mean, that's what I say, and you know, cast is cursed. It's going to go in favor of the other team. But anyway, that's the next objective I feel that they need to take. Fight for Rosh, contest it, and then push down mid, take tier 4s for the side of NTD. If the Dire needs to grab that Rosh and at least take the racks for themselves, take at least one racks for themselves.
Yeah, and you can see both teams know Roshan as the next objective. Both have a ward watching that Rosh pit area just to make sure the enemy team doesn't sneak it. But definitely, I think a fight has to happen before a team can consider going into that Rosh pit, because either team that gets caught in that Rosh pit is going to have big trouble.
Well, here we go. Both teams have smoked up. They do get the reveal off onto the 2, but Slardar not actually breaking the smoke. So that's a little bit unfortunate here for NTD. But now the Slardar, the SF comes in, gets the break onto the Shadow Shaman. Not the best hero to actually break out. I mean, you'd want to do it on the pack or onto 2-pack onto the patch or onto the Tide Hunter. They don't find the correct break, so they're going to fall back. They do still have the smoke up on the Slardar with the infested Lifestealer within him. This is going to be a big engagement over here. Both teams feeling each other out. This may just turn into a little bit of a stalemate for the moment.
I think KVP, they want to fight this, but I think they just wait for level 25 on the Shadow Fiend. That's going to be a big turning point for them if they get that +3 damage per soul onto the Shadow Fiend. He's going to be an absolute monster to deal with.
And it's going to be definitely the +3 damage per soul.
Yeah, definitely. And Dragonite, he did fix up the Daedalus, and Shadow Fiend already bought that Eagle Song. I think if he sees that, he's going to be kicking himself.
It could have been an MKB. Look, MKB is what, 75% now true strike, so it's still
really good, and every strike you give has a chance of going 100, doing pure damage onto the target. So
good. Shadow Shaman actually trapped the DK inside the snakes.
That's
okay,
the force.
That is the force stop. Okay, so he did. They rectified the problem very quickly.
That could have been
very
really
crazy,
painful.
but yeah, the back line. Got the Shadow Fiend here on the high ground. They spot him out. Immediate blink coming in here from the Shadow Shaman, trying to find out the SF. In the mid lane, we've got the Ravage coming off, and they bring down the Phoenix before the egg goes off. Can they bring down the Slardar? They do. Nice little right kick coming out there. Rubik throws down the Ravage again, and now the DK stuns out. The Lifestealer is going to be enough. Trying to arm up Toggle through here. It's not going to be enough. Lifestealer goes down, but SF still fighting in the back line. Being brought in. There comes the last Requiem, bringing down the Tide. Don't know why it was still hanging around there. Gem is on the deck, and that is at NTD. Pick up the Rosh with 2 heroes for the side of the Dire still alive. Is it going to be enough for them to actually hold off?
That's actually a 5-man wipe there for KVP. 2 buybacks already. Third one now on the Shadow Fiend as well. They lose the gem as well, now picked up on the side of NTD, and it's looking really tough now for KVP.
Oh, the hook comes out, doesn't catch anyone, but the stun is going to be good. They're going to destroy this page. Hanging around a little bit too long there. I don't know why he was still there, actually.
He had the gem on him and just gave it back, and that's a really costly mistake. I think they're from the side of, from that patch actually.
Who picked it up? The Phoenix. Phoenix got it back.
Has it, yeah.
Yeah, that was As soon as he saw all those buybacks, I think he should have just hightailed and got himself out of there. But obviously, maybe he's seeing something we didn't see. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know. I don't know what he saw, but
We see everything. We see everything, and I'm still not sure what he would do.
exactly. No, that was. Maybe he just wanted to give them like a reconciliation prize after all the buybacks, and here's your gem back, you know.
Yeah, take it. Well, SF is level 25. Let's go ahead and see what he chose. He chose the 40% core reduction.
Why?
Okay,
Like-
you're gonna have to walk me through this because
No, I can't. I'm sorry. My brain's melted now. Like he didn't go
40%.
for the Yules. He didn't go for the what's it?
But hang on, BKB and Silver's Edge.
It's not worth it in my opinion. You're going for the right-click build. Why not get that extra? It's like how much more damage is that? 36 times 3. It's 90 more damage. No, it's 100 extra damage that you get for a level, but now you get 40% cooldown, and you don't have the, like magical. Okay, you get the cooldown on the BKB, but
Yeah, BKB and Silver's Edge. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know.
no,
I
I
don't know.
think that's a really costly mistake. I feel for the Shadow Fiend. If he went the magic build where he gets the Ethereal Blade, the Yule Scepter, maybe even Dagon's, yes. Then go for the 40% cooldown. He doesn't even have BOTs, then he's got 40% cooldown. Okay, I'm triggered, sorry.
Well, let's see if he actually does actually get the BOTs. Okay, so it's going to be a really interesting question. Maybe you guys out there message me or PM me, tell me why you think you went for the cooldown reduction as opposed to the +3 damage as opposed to that. I mean, it does raise a couple of questions, but here we go. The break is up onto the Luna. She doesn't get the glaive. She goes down, but the Aegis is going to get popped out. Lifestealer in the back lines trying to devastate the tide. The Ravage does come out here, holding down 3. DK getting stunned out here from the slaughter. The egg comes down. The Ray's working its magic. And now SF going to be brought down eventually by the Luna. Aegis is done its work, kept her alive. The glyph has been used out. And now 4 alive for the side of KVP. Can they do enough? The tide is down, but the Ravage was expended. So not one of those consequential heroes that you need. But look at this Luna racks her sweetheart out. 4-star forward into the stun. BKB popped, but the Luna gets out. Puck doing a good job at blocking out the Luna there. Hayes out onto the DK, knows exactly movements as well as onto the Luna. Recently melts into the last. The stun comes out and the starter gets out of there. Now Slough stunned out by the DK, gets brought down easy peasy. And now 3 alive versus 3 from the side of KVP. And is it enough to hold? They've still got the Luna alive and she raxes like an absolute beaut, but she's TP'd into the bot lane. They gave up on that hunt, and I think they're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Take down all 3, get megas, and then just win the game that way.
Yeah, but Shadow Fiend dying there is really costly for them. He's going to be really far behind now, and this Luna is just a monster at this stage. Once she takes down the tier 3 tower, those Raxes are safe to say gone. Like, Luna, when the glaives start bouncing, is just super scary. But she doesn't have that Aegis now, so not having that second life, she's got to be a bit more careful.
Let's take a look at buyback status at the moment. So pretty much they got 3 buybacks for the side of the Radiant. They don't have enough gold for the DK or the SF, but timers are out for the side of the Dire. The timers are out. They've got to delay for about another 4 minutes, 3 minutes 33 to make sure that all their players have buybacks. Can they delay long enough? Rush is going to be up in about 3 minutes.
KVP has to win this next fight to stay in the game. If they lose this next fight, it's game over.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one. They've got all ultis up, pretty much waiting for the eclipse up on the Luna, and has actually just gone up now as well. Ravage is going to be available in the next 2 seconds. So yeah, it's pretty much go time. 34 to 38, 50 minutes in, and the team with the less amount of kills has actually sitting better positioned in terms of objectives.
Yeah, that is so. They got the crucial kills, the team fights. They won these big team fights. They did lose a few heroes in the early game. They were a bit behind there, but once the team fight started going, they have a really good team fight with this Tide Hunter, the Luna, Glaives just bouncing, and the Dragon Knight ultimate. It's just really chaotic. for the side of KVP to deal with.
Dire are
And
scanning
yeah,
for
this life sealer
enemies.
just sitting in the slaughter now permanently.
I
He's
think
got
he's
him.
just wearing out the cooldowns. I think at this point,
Yeah.
I think you jump in, you wait for that cooldown, that infest cooldown to come offline. So it goes in, rages out, gets that infest bomb
Yeah.
off, and then if necessary jumps back in again. Oh,
That's
but the
actually
Shadow
smart.
Shaman spots out the Phoenix.
Oh, where's that gem, by the way? Didn't? Oh, his Phoenix
not the
has the
Phoenix.
gem.
Yeah,
So you
I
must
think,
have seen him actually, because he had an invis rune on him.
are they looking to smoke up? Do any of them have a smoke? No smokes on the side of the die, okay. So they're just going to try and do it the old-fashioned way, just hold out until buybacks are available.
And this DK also now at 25, got his plus 40 strength talent, and he is just a monster now. He has his own butterfly, the Daedalus and the BKB. When he toggles the armor, he sits about just under 4k health, and with almost like, what's it, 40, 50 armor. He's just a monster.
Alright, well this is it. Go time here for the boys of the Radiant. NTD drops down the snakes. BKB popped out. There's the Eclipse. Ravage is down. Hook is good. Gonna bring down the SF. And now they're looking for more Life Stealer, trying to do its work. Bart comes out. Dismember gonna try and hold out the Life Stealer. Egg is gonna go full duration. Stuns up 3 of them. They're trying to turn it around. Shadow Shaman diving in deep, getting into the backlines. Gonna be good enough. The Rubik headstone in the Elder Dragon form, but still goes down. The GGs are called, and that will be it. NTD take game 1 of this best of 3 of the VS Gaming Premier Division. That was quite an interesting game for going 52 minutes in.
Yeah, it was really, these teams are quite evenly matched, I would say. Just the small mistakes on either side, on either teams, but yeah, new text document taking the victory here, and really well played to them actually.
Rightio, well, from myself, Jubba, and Griffin X, we're going to see you in game 2 of this Premium Division League. We're going to stay tuned, see who's going to bring it home, KVP or NTD. Stay tuned.
10 seconds. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. We are back, game number 2 of
Dire team
KVP
ban.
versus NTD. I am Jubba, joined by Griffin X. We were just
Radiant team
came out
pick.
of game 1. We don't know what we saw. We don't know what we experienced. Almost an 80 kill game, lasting 50 minutes long. I mean, break it down for us, Griff. I mean, what went wrong for KVP?
I think their lineup just wasn't suited for the amount of team fight that what's his name
10
had. Yes,
seconds
they also
remaining.
had team fight, but not as much as NTD had, and
5
a
seconds.
few weird
remaining.
item choices and maybe
Team.
skills that were picked up. Shadow Fiend, but yeah, it was really close between the team of two, and I think decisions also made a big impact between them.
Well, I know we spoke a little bit about the talent choices from the SF. I mean, a couple of communication errors from the side of
10
NTD.
seconds remaining.
So it wasn't the most surgical game, but at the end of the day,
5
NTD did
seconds
put
remaining.
the game 1 under their belt. So with that said and done,
Dire
moving into
team
game
pick.
number 2. A little bit of a different start here for both teams. The bans have come out. KVP, not wanting to deal with the Kunkka, trust me, neither do I want to deal with the Kunkka. AA's been taken out, Clock's been taken out, Omniknight again, Disruptor and Tusk. So pretty much the same bands coming out for
10 seconds
NTD.
remaining.
This time around, first pick for KVP is going to be the Witch Doctor
5
Man.
seconds remaining.
Get a little bit jiggly a little bit later, and Sand King going to be the first pick for NTD as well now. So I think it's been twice they've started with the
Radiant
offlane on.
team pick.
Yeah, they picked up the Tide Hunter first. Am I correct? Second pick.
NTD, yeah, NTD picked up the Tide Hunter third in their third pick, but Sand King as well. Sand King Rubik, not revealing too much. Sand King go
10
offlane
seconds
or
remaining.
roam these days, depending what how they lane it. But
Dire
Rubik, Sand
team
King,
back.
really good combo. A lot of lockdown between the two. Witch Doctor, a really good hero in this stage of the meta. I don't know. I think the Maledict is just such a
Radiant
good ability
team
these
back.
days, and Earth Spirit. Phew, haven't seen that hero in a while. Hope this guy can play Earth Spirit. Really high skill hero. Been a bit out of the meta lately with the roaming being shut down a bit. So very interesting choice here from
Dire
KVP, but
team
we'll
back.
have to see what they do with it.
Well, they do have the SK now. Something that just came to me is now you pick up the SK first. Shows that your offlane is going to be a Sand King. What I feel it's going to do is it's going to force KVP into a situation where, right, well, we can't send a melee
10
up
seconds
against the
remaining.
Sand King, so they're going to be looking towards another ranged hero
5
to potentially go
seconds
up against
remaining.
the Sand King. He dominates the lane really well with that caustic acid, and it's going to be a real problem for the cause to actually deal with. So maybe it's a little bit of a way of forcing KVP into really select their picks or lanes a lot better than what they do. They may decide to run an aggressive try as opposed to a safe try,
Radiant team
maybe even
back.
just duos, but we'll see what pans out. Some more bans that have come out. Jugger being banned out here for
Dire
KVP,
team
as
pick.
well as the Gyro for the side of NTD, banning out the Luna and the Razor. So showing a little bit of respect there to the
Radiant
Luna. They
team
played
pick.
the Luna themselves. TXT played him in the previous game. Did exactly what she needed to do, get into the base and racks. She did that in spades. So revealing the strength of the Luna, banning that up, but they decide to pick up the Doom now.
Doom is
Now
a
that
really
changes things now.
Doom is
10 seconds
can
remaining.
offlane as well as the Sand King, but I like what you said about the Sand King. Like
5
they need
seconds
ranged here.
remaining.
You can't put a melee hero against the Sand King, so they banned the other two ranged carries that KVP could have picked, the Luna and the Razor. So there's literally only like 1 or 2 years left, and I think it's Viper, or if you go something weird like a Mirana. But other than that, I
Is a
don't
sniper
think.
still? Is a sniper or a drow still available? I mean, or an
Sniper
option?
is very valuable, yes, but Drow, I don't. Drows are really bad these days. Just too squishy of a hero. Takes time to get our items up, unless you have like a really push-oriented draft which they don't even have. They don't have a Jakiro, they don't have Poke now, stuff like that. So yeah, bit of a problem here for KVP when it comes to the carry. Doom can also offlane. He's pretty good against melee laners, but not as good as the Sand King. The Ethereal Blade just really good as well, and Doom ultimate gonna be very crucial in these fights. So hopefully gets it on the right target, and yeah, here comes the Viper down for KVP. So probably a safe lane Viper here. Could be mid as well. I'm not sure how KVP wants to run it, but most likely in
I
the
have a
safe
question.
lane. Yeah.
I have a question for you. You've got two really decent
10
junglers
seconds
on the side of
remaining.
NTD. You've got the Sand King and you've got the Doom. Both of them can offlane, both of them
5
can jungle.
seconds
I think
remaining.
this is also a little bit of mind games now coming that they're bringing towards KVP. Are we sending the Sand King into the offlane, or are we sending the Doom into the offlane? Are we sending one of them into the jungle, or is one of them gonna? I mean, this is interesting. I mean, this is keeping KVP on their toes. They don't really know what's going to happen in the lane. If they do decide to put Viper in the lane, could they actually put the Doom up against the Viper and send SK to the jungle and just leave it a solo offlaner?
Yeah, I like the draft from New Text
Radiant
document. It's
team
very
pick.
open at this stage. You don't know what they're gonna do. They pick up the Death Prophet now. That's their first real pick. You know, okay, it's gonna go mid lane and the Rubik as well in the safe lane. But yeah, with the thing to them jungling, the thing is, whatever hero goes into the offlane, they can always, if the offlane gets really hard
10 seconds
because of the
remaining.
Viper and the Witch Doctor is quite hard lane to play against, they can at
5
least retreat
seconds
back to the
remaining.
jungle and get their farm and XP there. So in that sense, they sort of guaranteed to get farm and experience somewhere in the game. So they're not too worried about their offlane at this stage.
All right. Well, it's going to leave a little bit of an open option here for NTD. So far, their draft not revealing too much. DP probably going to be playing in the mid lane, looking for their core, their position 1 for NTD. KVP still got 2 choices available to them. We've got the support, we've got our position 4. Viper, we've been tossing around with the idea of it being our position 1. Haven't really decided if it's going to be a mid Viper.
It can actually be an offlane Viper as well. I've seen that lately in the pro scene, so maybe they're doing something like that. Would be very, very interesting if they do that.
Okay, so I mean, KVP also not revealing too much just yet. A Viper can play 1, 2, or 3 is what you're telling me. So
Yeah.
they're going to reveal quite a bit in this next pick, and NTD is going to be able to make plans around that.
If they want to pick the Drow, it's actually a good pick if they pick it up now, because then now you have the Drow and a Viper, and a Viper's already scary on its own. But they decide to go for the Batrider, so that's definitely an offlaner there. Very nice pick there with the Batrider.
Radiant
Very good
team
against the
back.
Death Prophet as well. So a really good pick there from KVP, I feel, and that confirms either Viper offlane or safe lane or mid lane.
Well, we still got a couple of options. Not a lot of right click coming out from the side of KVP. At the moment,
10
only
seconds
really the
remaining.
Viper, also depending on what build she decides to go for. You got
5
utility coming out
seconds
from
remaining.
Batrider. You've got utility from
Radiant
Spirit,
team pick.
and a little bit of CC from the Witch Doctor. Not a lot of right click. What it would have been also really nice for the side of NTD to pick up an Omni. They ended up banning out the Omni. So that choice is long gone, but does really well against the Death Ward when she pops that Guardian Angel.
Yes, definitely, that is true.
10 seconds
Just looking
remaining.
at the composition of each team, so NTD
5
has like these
seconds
2
remaining.
frontliners with the Doom and the Sand King.
Dire
They are
team
pretty tanky, and the Death Prophet's gonna be behind them with the Rubik's supporting her, and that's gonna help them a lot. But now a Spectre pickup from KVP, wow. I feel like that doesn't suit their draft at all. Like, they've got these 4 heroes with
10
early to
seconds
mid-game
remaining.
potential, and the Spectre to like carry them through the
5
late game.
seconds remaining.
Look, it's not bad. The reason why I'm saying it's not bad is because what's going to probably happen is the Doom's going to jump in, either Blink in or Shadow Blade in. Doom, probably the Witch or the Earth Spirit. If he can find the Bat, he'll Doom the Bat. But then as soon as that happens, the Spec just jumps in and goes ballistic. Can even wait for the Epicenter to have been used out. If she casts it at the right moment, could actually cancel the Blink on the Sand King. So not a bad pickup. The synergy probably could be worked on a little bit, but as opposed to a hero to actually do something, Fantastic. I mean, she's also going to be able to right-click like an absolute truck a little bit later. So, so far, I wouldn't crush the spec pick.
I think the big problem with the spec is the laning phase. If the Sand King offlane, she's gonna have a horrible time. Like an absolute horrible time in that offlane.
I think they just dodge. I think spec will just dodge.
Choose your hero.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, all right. So NTD just
Yeah.
rocked their world. With this CK. Rock their world.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't even know how they actually deal with the CK.
I think draft is just
Ward is
completely
gonna be-
won now by NTD. Like,
yeah, I think.
oh,
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. So it's going to be a CK that closes out the draft for NTD. Has kind of left myself and Griff a little bit speechless here at just how ridiculously scary this NTD draft does look. He's probably going to pick up with Phantasm. He's going to be shredding the likes of KVP. We're going to see how they end up playing it, see if they can actually make happen what they need to make happen. I mean, the only thing that I can really see to deal with that CK is going to be the Batrider. And that's not even a huge amount of burst. That's just running in the flames.
the problem is now they got two big targets on NTD, and the Batrider can only lasso one. So if he goes onto the Chaos Knight, he's got a big problem with him. The Dev Prof is just gonna run with the ulti and all the Spirit Siphons going. And if you go onto the Death
Prepare
Prophet,
for
the
battle.
Chaos Knight's gonna jump you. So really big problem for that Batrider, I feel.
Yeah, well, we're gonna we all we can do is sit back, enjoy the game, cast it how we see it, and may the best team win.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there. So on the
So,
Diet side, Epic for Day is gonna be playing this Doom, Sangreal on the Death Prophet in the mid lane, Tupac on the Sand King. Looks like he's playing a support role, and the Doom's going on to the off lane. The Dark Dies playing the Rubik, and TXT on the Chaos Knight.
and taking it away for the side of the Radiant in the offlane is gonna be Clap going up against that CK. I'm suspecting they're actually gonna
seconds
push
to
that Sand King into the jungle role afterwards. He has actually got bonus strike, so gonna probably try and get to level 2 really quickly. For the rest of the side of KVP is gonna be Esketit. I hope I'm even saying it right.
Yeah, let's just keep it Esketit.
SK. ESK. Or Viper. Is going to be playing our Viper. They're going to be able to steal this top bounty rune here for the side of NTD. They're pretty much going to get that one. Oh, but it goes to a side anyway, so no real losses coming out here for either team. Continuing the introductions, it's going to be Hello on our Earth Spirit. H2O going to be playing our Spectre. And last but not least, Cell on our Witch Doctor.
I just want to point out this Dire Ward placed here by the Doom, blocking that safe lane camp. A bit weird on the Doom, seeing as you want this creep camp actually to get, maybe you get that OP Hadouken creep, but blocks it himself. Very interesting choice for him there.
Well, I suppose it prevents any pulls coming out, but the ball comes in. They're going to try and find a kill here onto Epic for Days. Could this be first blood again for him? He's trying to run around the trees. Not going to be good enough as H2O does pick up this blood this time around on their core and really giving himself a nice little economy boost there.
Yeah, so I think if he wanted to stop the pull, maybe just block the small camp that just totally ruins their pulling abilities. They can still stack and pull this the small camp and pull that way. But also, don't you think the Sand King should have rather been in the offlane rather than the Doom?
You know, it's a tough one because maybe Doom benefits a little bit more from being in lane. It gets a bit better XP. Got the Scorched Earth to try and survive through. SK doesn't really have much if he gets jumped on, so maybe that's their thinking. But looking out in the top lane, the Bat does somehow get himself onto the cliff. I assume that was a Rubik maneuver.
What a play by Rubik. Forces out the TP already.
So he goes back to the to their tier 1 tower. They're just going to stack camps here for the moment. Rubik saying, trying to get frisky. That comes out, telekinesis up, and immediately just backs off. They see the pigeon, or the owl. I think that's an owl. Eh?
I'll
Yeah,
take your tribute.
it's a very rare skin that actually, jeez.
Is it? Ooh. Let's actually take a little bit of
This
closer
will
look.
give them the envies.
That looks like a Harry Potter owl.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty weird that it's a bat rider, but he's flying on an owl. It should be owl rider now.
I agree. Owl rider. Alright, anyway. Back to the game at hand. Mid lane, we do have the Earth Spirit hanging around. Yeah, the sides. The boulder comes in. He's going to get the smash off. There comes the slow. Sangreal pops out the Fairy Fire. And he's going to be able to survive. No, Sal with the coconut. Doing absolutely good work here. But now top lane, the telekinesis comes out. And the Bat Rider goes down as well. And losing
Yeah.
2 players really quickly here.
I
Well,
think
they actually did get the kill. They actually traded. They got the DP and then they got the Bat Rider. So I suppose 1 for 1.
yeah, I think New Text Document is making a bit of a mistake, leaving this Spectre to just free farm. That is one of the more scary heroes that you can leave to free farm. Once that Radiance comes up, you're gonna be crying when that thing starts ulting with that Radiance.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. I mean, the thing is, she's gonna get the farm anyway. So, am I thinking for a sec? Maybe wrong, maybe incorrect. Maybe we're gonna dissect it a little bit more. So they sack the bot lane. They're gonna leave Doom in the off lane to try and just soak up XP. Picks up the Doom. Can't really do much. The hero can't really do much once they've been doomed out. So they're gonna rush the 6 on the Doom. Once Doom's level 6, then they'll rotate, say, the Rubik, SK bot, and then try and get the kill onto the Spectre. She only starts peeking once she picks up her Radiance if she goes for that build. If she starts getting pressured early from the side of NTD, she's going to be forced into going into your Vanguard Diffusal Blade build. It's not going to pay as much dividends as if she went for the Radiance first. So we'll just see how they plan it out. If NTD can stay on the clock, stay on the timer, and just prevent her from actually building to the Radiance
Thank you.
and force her into a different route, it could pan out. It could.
I'm just thinking KVP are winning 2 of their lanes at this stage. They're winning the bottom lane and the mid lane quite fairly.
Well, there comes an attack on Epic for days. Once again, the net comes out, holding Hello into place. The Rubik comes in, TP's in. There's going to be enough telekinesis there, going to bring him back. Not close enough under the tower. And he's going to just be able to walk it off. So now the Rubik TP bot probably going to stay here a little bit longer now, just going to give some support to the Doom, as it is going to be a 3v2 situation. Now, still going to be pretty good in terms of levels for the Doom. They've still got the SK in the top lane.
Just compare the levels of this Doom. Doom's already level 3, almost level 4, and Clap on the Bat Rider is still level 1. He is struggling immensely on this top lane. That's just the power of this Chaos Knight and the Witch Doctor. Well, now the Sand King, sorry. Yeah, the Sand King and
It was the Rubik top. So yeah, it's a really
Radiant are scanning.
difficult combination to deal with. But now the Rubik's at the bot lane, so maybe Clap can start finding a little bit of XP here. She's about 3/4 on her way, or a quarter on her way to level 2. But TXT may actually spot out Clap here.
Clap not even having the Firefly yet. If he gets spotted out, there's no way out for him. It's just death or nothing.
Yeah, this is going to be...
Mid lane, Sal, bit of a problem. Bad place here, but gets a TP out.
easy TP out. Using the telekinesis, not using it to cancel out the TP, and it's going to be an easy escape for her as well.
Good play there on the Witch Doctor.
Coming here from the Sand King. He gets the stun, right click down. And poor old Owl Rider goes down again. Okay, so it's a little bit of a tough lane here for the pro Bat Rider. We brought down twice here from this.
Bottom lane, a lot of action.
Oh, they dropped Sal. The Witch Doctor goes down. They actually managed to get the kill onto the Doom. And now but he picks up the courier. Oh, the instant courier protection glove. I thought he was going to... The Earth Spirit rolls away. So you're like, okay, I can't catch him. But the courier just chilled there like, alright, try and hit me. And then Kill Singlet. Okay, so
What,
boys,
was that a
kill
pro
the thing.
bait by the Earth Spirit though? Using the
you
courier
go,
not
bro.
to get attacked by the the Doom.
Well, Spec's in a little bit of trouble here. She may be able to get away. It does throw down the dagger. And yeah, she's going to just be able to run it away. Alright, but now
I think this is a good move here from NTD where they're putting this Rubik bottom, putting actually a lot of pressure onto Spectre now, not getting the free from that she wanted, but and Doom also having that level and
Radiant's
having
top
the
tower is
ensnare
under
with
attack.
the skeletons farming with him. So keeping up the pressure
Radiant
onto the
structures
Spectre.
are
And,
fortified.
well, they lost. Hello. That CK is starting to hit like an absolute truck, and it is going to be starting to devastate the side of KVP. But yeah, it's going to get to that point in the time, and that CK is just going to start accelerating. I did actually miss the kill in the top lane, but it's easy to assume. I mean, Reality Rift into Chaos Bolt. It's
and he actually popped ulti for that, so 2 CKs hitting you is pretty damn
and
hard.
Phantasm. Okay, and a Phantasm. So yeah. But at least Clap now level 4. I mean, what? It wasn't so long ago we were talking about his level, and he was level 1. He's now reached level 4. So those stacking of those camps actually ended up paying off. Cleared those out, got to level 4 really quickly, and is looking a little bit better. Actually now out leveling the Sand King.
Yeah, and Epic for days, he's got that Doom now already, and Spectre has to be a bit careful now, only still level 5 and the Rubik is still hanging around, and Clap goes down again to TXT, damn.
Lane though, Exorcism comes out, there's the Siphon onto 2, trying to slow down 2, the Rubik is in hot pursuit, can he find one? He can't, going to try and chase him out, and the Viper going to be able to get away, so Exorcism used out, and not going to be able to find anything more. But now I have done something to my computer, guys. I can't take off Fog of War. What is going on here?
Okay, Ember Spirit caught out of position there. Nice wraparound there from the Rubik and the Sand King, catching the Earth Spirit all alone in his own jungle, and Viper playing with his life here in the mid lane, only on 260 health versus his full health Death Prophet. Exorcism now going finished up now, and yeah, Viper has to be really careful with that low HP. He's gonna head back to base now, and Earth Spirit and the Batrider returning. They find the Rubik on his own now, and Firefly comes out, but the Sand King is there. Death Prophet coming in now as well. The roll in from the Earth Spirit, and now the Spectre ulti. Rubik goes down. Sand King just sitting in his Sandstorm, all safe, and actually Spectre going onto the Death Prophet now, but gets... The Death Prophet just runs through, grabs the DD rune on the way out, and pretty good rotations there from the side of KVP, but still TXT getting a lot of farm onto this Chaos Knight. Already 55 last hits compared to the Viper, who's second in 48 last hits, and the Spectre on 41. Death Prophet...
You just keep doing what you're doing, but I gotta try and figure out how to take off this Fog of War. I pressed the button and now it's killing my life.
F1, it's not working.
No, I did it somehow. Somehow I undid that. I don't know how. I don't know how. Wait. Spectator. Alright, wait. So both teams. Boom. What was F1? Boom. I think I found you.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, we're back. Right, we can see everything. Alright, Jubba. No more buggering around, brother. No more buggering around.
Yeah, so bottom lane, Death Prophet and the Doom here in the bottom lane. It looks like they're gonna try and pressure this Spectre now. Exorcism is still on cooldown. Oh well, actually off cooldown in 2 seconds. And 3 Siphons up, so gotta be really careful here.
More TP's come in. There's the boulder, catches out the bat. Sandstorms out, misses out the boulder. Doesn't actually get the stun off, but has actually got quite a bit of stacks of napalm on him. He's in a little bit of trouble. CK going to get maledicted out. There comes out the right clicks. The SK comes back in, does eventually get the kill out onto the Batrider, but now TXT needs to get himself out of there. Maledict is now worn off. There's the boulder smash. Going to keep him stunned. 4-second stun coming out. Doom is available. Does he decide to use it? Is this going to be an option here? He's going to just chase him down with Scorched Earth. It's going to be enough to actually bring down the Earth Spirits. Still got Doom online. He's a big threat. That is a big threat. He's still got the Doom available to him.
Yep, very Very good of the Doom not to use his Doom. The Exorcism now popped in the bot lane and gonna apply a lot of pressure now onto the safe lane tier 1 for the Radiant here with the Rubik and the Death Prophet with the Catapult on their side as well. Just need a creep wave here and they can take this tier 1 very quickly.
And Batrider almost getting to level 6. As soon as that Lasso's up, it's going to be go time for the side of the Radiant.
Interesting, he's not queuing the Blink Dagger first, only getting the drums first. So he's gonna be a while off from that Blink Dagger, at least like 15, 16, 20 minutes.
It's been a slow ride for him.
Yeah, he had a really rough lane, and top lane actually gonna go down now as well for the Radiant. So losing 2 tier 1s, pretty costly.
Well, I think we just came out of a 50-minute game. NTD saying, well, we're going to buy it. There comes out the Doom. Had actually Fury fired out, but the Haunt is going to be used coming in. Spec wants TXT. Infernal Blade being used out onto the Viper. Doom going to have to run away. Escape Blinksing catches out too. Right kicks coming out. They do lose the Spec, though TXT turns around and says, what are you chasing me, bro? But the Boulder Smash coming through, not catching anyone. And Epic for days, taking down the Witch Doctor as well on the sidelines. Well, that's all happening. Death Prophet can't partake. Exorcism is down and did have a TP available. So going into a very limpy fight, you would expect KVP to walk away the victors. Did it?
Yeah, I think the MVP in that team fight definitely goes to the Doom. The creep he has is the Frost Armor creep, and that 8 armor with the move slow and the attack slow helped him so much in that team, and he had it actually on 2 of his teammates as well. So the Viper couldn't attack as fast as he could, couldn't do as much damage as he wanted, and really good play there by the Doom getting that Frost Armor creep for him.
It comes down to selection and the way you choose it. So Epic for days doing alright for his team. He's not sitting right at the top. Let's take a look at net worths really quickly. So we're sitting all, but hang on. In the mid lane, no, Doom is going on here and exposing everything, even popping down the Death Ward to take down the Doom. And as we were talking about it, goes down. But now in the sidelines, Batrider gets spotted out. Saying King going to be brought down here by the Viper. Right click to death. But reality Rift, 3 seconds stun coming out onto the Viper. And Death Prophet now has got Exorcism. They're chasing down the scum of the Radiant. And the side of the Dire are doing it. The Radiant want to turn it around, but they can't. All down except for the Spectre sitting and farming in the bot lane. Haunt is not available, so she could not partake. Only available in the next 60 seconds. So big cooldowns there on the Spec. She's going to just sit and farm away. This may open up tier 2 here in the mid lane. Exorcism is going to go down pretty soon. Okay, so it's probably just going to be a back call from now.
Yeah, I think TXT going very deep there. The Death Prophet was still busy with his tier 1 here, but yeah, the rest of their team was all with the way here, and at a more of a favorable trade there for the KVP, getting 3 kills there and a 700 gold swing in that team fight, so they can't complain out of that. Gonna get the D ward now as well on that Radiant Cliff.
Well, they do have another ward here as well, who they actually spotted out, and it is oh, look how unlucky that is. Oh, look at that.
Just out of range.
That is,
oh, bottom. Doom onto the Spectre. He did get out his Spectral Dagger, so he is stuck in the trees. Oh, the Sand King just gets him with the stun, and do they know? Can they find him? He's gonna pop his ulti. Oh.
Well, it was worth it. Take down the Spec. She's nowhere near her radius just yet, but there's the Lasso pulled out onto the Doom. Maledict is good, fighting under the tower. Death Ward coming down. He is so tanky though, fighting all of that and hardly doing any damage to him.
Yeah, that ice armor is doing so much work for the Doom. Like best creep you could have at this stage, hands down.
That is incredibly tanky. So early in the game, I mean, Witch Doctor, what is his Maledict sitting on at the moment? Okay, it's only level 1.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He actually maxed out his Paralyzing Cask. I think I would have gone the other way around, to be honest. I think I would have maxed Maledict.
Usually the build these days is a 2-on-2. If you want to go for more of a burst lineup, you go for the 1-1-3. But yeah, getting more levels in your Maledict would have been a lot better In this case, I don't think the extra 2 levels and coconut is that worth it.
Well, we're going to see if it pays off a little bit later. At the moment, NTD, they have grouped to the mid lane. All 5 players are here. They are in an extremely strong situation. 6k gold advantage at the 16-minute mark. 16 kills under their belt. I mean, they are looking really strong. What KVP need to bring to turn this around? But Dark Eyes gets gone on, throws down the Viper. The Exorcism's been brought out. The Batrider's down, the Rubik's down. And now they're going to change and turn it around. And they're hunting it down. Exorcism going to bring down the Witch Doctor. He does eventually in the sidelines. They find the kill down onto the spec. They kill TXT on the Chaos Knight. And now that Magnetize is doing some work. Not a lot, but that is it. It's going to open up tier 2 for the side of the Radiant. They are going to be losing their objectives. And sooner and closer the die are pushing in. So for those of you that are just joining us, this is game 2 of this best of 3 of KVP versus NTD. And NTD took a close game in game 1 where Luna just started wrecking. It's now 16 minutes in of this one and already a lot of objectives being lost here for KVP. As opposed to the first game where it took forever to get into the base.
Yeah, and TXT just doing a really good job here. The Rubik actually going in the front, tanking the Viper ulti, and yeah, they expend a lot of resources onto the Rubik, but he doesn't care. The rest of his teams comes up, the Exorcism, the Chaos Knight just follow up and get a clean wipe there on the side of TXT. So really well done to them.
And slowly but surely that network advantage is growing. It
Yeah,
was 6 minutes before that team fight, it's now 9. So
yeah.
3k within a matter of minutes.
And Spectre has queued up that Radiant,
Dire's
still
middle
a
tower
long
is under
while off,
attack.
only halfway to the goal to the Sacred Relic, and the Chaos Knight already having that armlet and the Echo Saber, and fight here in the mid lane. They're going to pick off the Doom and he's just going to vaporize. Not so tanky anymore with the Viper and the Spectre unleashing everything onto him.
I don't think anyone's tanky when you got 5 heroes being back. I think when you got like the entire football team or the rugby team of South Africa like biting down, I don't think you're tanky.
Yeah, that is true.
But they did pick off the Doom, much needed Doom pick off. You did mention the Radiance on the spec. Good timing for Radiance on a spec.
Right about now. But even if you get it before 22 minutes, it's still pretty good. We'll just have to see if she can make it up on the farm. She's a bit behind, might get it at like 23, 24. But still not too bad for her. When she gets her Radiance up though, she's gonna have to do a lot of work with this. They're a bit behind on gold at this stage, and Death Prophet now queuing up that BKB. When she gets that BKB up, she's gonna be very tanky.
Remind me, or in case I'm wrong, but Lesu goes through BKB?
Yes, it does. But I mean, you lasso the target, and then what?
I
Viper.
suppose the right click from the Viper, the right clicks from the spec. I don't know. Maybe the coconut from the Witch Doctor is what she's really worried about. And the
Yeah.
stun from the Earth Spirit. But is it enough to warrant BKB?
I think, like Viper, although he does right click damage, the main damage he gives out is with the poison attack. That doesn't go through BKB. The Nether Toxin doesn't go through BKB, and only the Viper Strike goes through BKB. So, in a sense, BKB is good against Viper, but still you can just cut it out with the Viper Strike. So maybe not the best item I would say on the Death Prophet. Just maybe scared of all the Maledict and the silence and stuns from the side of KVP. But we'll just have to see how she makes it work.
Well, let's see if it's the right item choices. I know we played our SF in the previous game as Eskittit.
Yeah, Eskittit.
We kind of was a questionable talent upgrade. Let's have an inquire here what talents she's opted
Radiant's
to go
top
for.
tower is
So
under
the
attack.
plus 20 attack
Dire's
speed
middle tower
as well
is
as the
under
8% lifesteal. Agreed?
Is that on the Viper or on the...
Radiant's top
Viper.
tower is
But
under
hold that
attack.
thought. So let's just take a look at what's
Dire's
happening here in the top lane.
structures are
Starting to
fortified.
push down the tier 2. The entire team for the side of NTD is is doing work here. The whole team of NTDs here. The side of KVP, they're all just chilling around in the jungle. Okay, Sal's TPing back. The Spec does have a TP, does have Haunts up. She's got options. TP comes out from the Viper. So now it's time for them to defend tier 3s. The telekinesis is good. Going to pull him outside the base. Is it clear enough? There's the Doom out onto the Viper. Can't chase it down as the ES actually decides to come outside the base. Stuns out 2 with the bash. And that may be able to do enough to actually slow them down. That is it. Exorcism is out. Magnetize being used up. Throwing down the stones.
Don't have a creep wave though. This is very scary from TXT. They're in a bit of a bad position. 4 ults still up there, and this Magnetize is just going the whole time.
Oh, the coconut. Look at it rock. Look at it go, man. And this may actually be them having to back. Exorcism is going to be going on cooldown. TXT low HP calls the back, and that is it. Didn't even have to force the Spec back, and she got a little bit of free farm there. She's about now 700 gold away from her Sacred Relic.
Yeah, and this tower, only 200 HP left on this tier 3. It's a hell of a lot of damage done onto this tower, and very good, well played there from TXT. Very questionable that KVP didn't actually go into that. I mean, there was no creep waves. I think they were so scared of the phantasm of the Chaos Line.
You know, I think a lot of it got confused out when they actually got the telekinesis off onto the Viper, pulled the Viper outside, and then they got the Earth Spirit to come out. So the Viper came here. Then the whole team of NTD said, "Oh, hang on, free gold. Let's run this way." Obviously, drew a lot of the creep aggro back over here. They killed the creeps here, and I know they couldn't push the tier 3 here, so it became a little bit of a problem when the aggro was actually shifted around. But now they haven't given up. The side of NTD pushing our bot lane. Okay, and they take another tier 2. Looking good at the moment. No rotations coming out yet for KVP. Do have a TP up onto the Earth Spirit, TP up onto the Viper. Do we have TPs on anyone else? No TP on the Rubik. 65-second cooldown on the Batrider, and Spec got her Haunt available. So let's see if NTD managed to take this tier 2 without any casualties.
And Spectre now having the gold for the Sacred Relic. Now just needs to finish up the Radiance for that 1300 gold recipe.
Well, the good news is she does have a phase boots, does have her drums. So it keeps her in the game still. So let's say about 26 minutes she should hopefully have her Radiance. That should change things a little bit better then.
Yeah, KVP have a big problem though, that Batrider is still 1,000 gold away from his Blink Dagger, and he needs it now before they try and go high ground again, because TXT is just gonna take this high ground pretty easily if they have all their ultis up. Actually smoke up now, and are they gonna try and wait it out here?
Yeah, this is an interesting move over here. The smoke has been used.
I think they should just go into Roshan. There's a DD outside Roshan as well, easy Roshan. KVP don't have the map presence to actually contest it. They know that there's no Blink Dagger on the Batrider as well, so really hard to fight in the Roche Pit for KVP.
And it's Dark Dice, if I remember correctly, played the Shadow Shaman last game, correct?
Yes.
So the Rubik in the previous game also had his null field in the red position, and it seems that it's the common way to actually play the Rubik, to actually put the null field in the minus armor as opposed to the positive armor for the team.
Yeah, I think seeing as here you got the Sand King, you got Death Prophet, Doom as well, and the Rubik spells as well, so it amplifies all of that, which is pretty good compared to the damage you could defend against on the Radiant side. So some of the Viper's abilities, the Earth Spirit's abilities against Maledict and Batrider, but I think being on the offensive is a lot better here for the Rubik.
Well, they've got a Blink now up into the Doom as well. He doomed the Viper last game. I don't know if that needs to be his target. I feel it's going to be the Earth Spirit before he gets the Magnetize off and just becomes an absolute nuisance. Batrider, I feel once he's got his lasso off, pretty much things are done. But hold on to your hats, ladies and gents. This could be the end of game number 2. Exorcism has been popped, BKB is out, Does dodge the stun coming out from the Earth Spirit. No action done or taken yet by the Radiant. Spec still trying to take out Tier 1, who's actually going to TP in, not going to use the Orn. Stun catches out. There comes out the BKB under the break. There comes the big action. Magnetize being popped out. 4 seconds stun out to the Batrider. He goes down. They lose the Spec almost instantly. But the Aegis is available. The CK is back. TXT gets the reality rift off onto the Viper. Now the Witch Doctor in the backline is going to go down to the Witch Doctor, to the Sand King. And Earth Spirit trying to toe-to-toe it against the Sand King. Not going to happen. And Clap on the Batrider gets back into base with the Fury Fire. But they lose the Rubik. Could it be enough? They get the deals off onto the Dead Prophet. But now Earth Spirit trying to find the gap. Catches out the Sand King. Sangreal, very low HP, actually gets negative armor. Could actually go down. Is it going to be enough? And she does actually go down, hanging around a little bit too long. But TXT dodges out the stun. Going to try and do some more work. Stuns out and it obliterates. Obliterates. Like literally obliterates.
There was a Eel Spirit.
There was. Alright, well the Batrider jumps in, gets the lasso off. There's the rod of a
kill.
push from the Sand King. Is it going to be enough? 4 second stun, reality rift. Text document not doing enough. TXT not doing enough to bring him down. And then the Spec eventually takes down the Sand King. Does eventually have her Radiance 26 minutes into the game. And
yeah, it's looking a bit too late. Little bit too late there, I think.
well, they got the melee mid. They got the melee top. I mean, I feel NTD just need to keep the pressure up, and for the side of KVP, they just got to slow things down now. Now they're looking in a positive position. The Radiance is up. Give time the Spec the time to farm, and things are going to be looking really good for KVP.
Yeah, KVP or TXT are sort of on a timer now. They got like about 10 minutes to finish off this game. If they don't finish off this game in the next 10 minutes, I think this Spectre might become a bit of a problem, yeah.
There's, I mean, even the, oh look, I mean, the CK is hitting like an absolute monster. Like, I mean, he was, I mean, the things that he did to that ES was absolutely absurd. And the jump comes out onto the Batrider. He's going to try and get away. He's going to Fury Fire into the trees, and I don't know what had happened. Maybe his Fury Fire actually timed out, and he actually farthing took him around the trees. I'm assuming that's what had happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I wasn't in that fight. I wasn't on the Batrider at stage. Interesting though, the Chaos Knight getting the Blink Dagger, so not getting a lot of stats, a lot of initiation.
BKB popped out. There comes the Exorcism. Siphon onto 2. Earthspirit trying to get away. He's going to be brought down. Khan doesn't have time to boulder away. But there comes the drums. They want to chase down the Viper. Yours is out. Going to delay that on the Blade Mail. They're going to chase him down. The Blade Mail being used out on the Doom as well. They're going to lose the Viper. They're chasing down the Witch Doctor. Sal, I don't know if there's much you can do, my friend. He's been rooted into place. There's the Exorcism. Siphon's good. Being brought down. The only one alive now is Spec with 2 buybacks available. The Glyph is not available just yet, but creeps are now in the vicinity to bring it down. Link coming forward. Phantasm being used out. And the buybacks are being used on both ES and the Viper. This may just very well be GG. They've got 1 Rex sitting in the top lane that's holding the lane together there, and a full set of racks in the bot lane. So NTD looking really, really good at this point in time. 18, 29 minutes in. It seems like it's a common thing NTD are trying to do, and keep the same kill count as the minute count.
That is true. They're keeping up with those kills. And what do you think is the plan here from KVP? How do they... What do they do? What do they have to do differently to try and stay in this game?
They need to slow things down. They can't be, they need to literally be all 4 together with the Spec farming alone, and making sure that they always got eyes on the Doom. Yeah. Because if she gets Doom, she can't haunt out. She has no form of actually dispelling the Doom. In fact, I mean, talking about the Doom, we almost need a Lotus Orb out on the side of KVP, just so that they can actually get that repel off, or repel the Doom back onto the Doom.
What do you think about like a Lincoln's on the Spectre, or on the Viper, on the key targets?
Good, fantastic. I mean, if it doesn't stop the Doom, it stops the CK Bolt or the Reality Rift. They just is wrecking the side of KVP.
Yeah, and
So-
Spectre drew the line here on the map, and this is where they want to be. They can't go out of this zone. If they go out of this zone, they're gonna die definitely. And I would even say this zone is preferable because, yeah, that zone is quite far. You're in the darkness. Look at all these wards they have from TXT on the top side of the die. They only have this one Radiant ward here and here in the middle lane as well. So, gotta be very careful in their own jungle.
I think they're next. Well, okay, let's look at it from both points of view. NTD, they're going to wait for Rosh. They're going to push down. They're going to push through mid to the bot lane, get megas, finish the game. KVP, they need to slow the game down.
Yeah.
They need to pick up the items. They need to pick up items that actually can counter the heroes that NTD have got. They get the stun off onto the centaur. I don't know what TXT was doing, but it doesn't matter because that is going to be one dead bat regardless.
Oh no.
That is-
Oh, they actually find the Rubik here. Don't have a sentry for him.
Smash actually going to try and get him away, but in the meantime, they do pop out the Spirit Siphon. And Sal goes down so good.
That Kale's
CK
knife
is
just
being like
hit so hard. Ugh.
Like, I mean, I wish I could ban like 2 players every game. Kunka and CK. Or
Yep.
3 and Medusa. Oh gosh, those would be my 3 bans every single game.
Definitely, the hate for the Kale's Knight is real. I hate that hero so much. It's just hits so hard.
Well, it looks like it's going to be an open base for the side of NTD. There comes the X's and 3 alive for the side of KVP. I don't know if they have enough to actually deal with this. Spec can't get involved. She's going to just get gone on by the CK. There comes the stun. Blade Mail's been popped out. Silence being used up by the TP. Epi stun coming out. Earth Spirit going to try and get back, get out of it. There's the root. Going to go down. Spec buys back. Haunts is in. But there's the Doom out onto good old, the DP actually went down. Spec got the return kill. But now the Death Force being brought down. SK may go down yet. TP from the SK. There's the CK and he's going to be able to get out of there. H2O getting himself a double kill and a 4-man team wipe. CK the only one living.
Yeah,
Could it
what
be?
a comeback there from KVP. They did
Because
buy back on this. Yeah, I don't know if the tier 4s was the play. I would say if you want to secure the game, go for the bottom tier 3. And Roche is going to be up soon. Well, 2 minutes 30 still. So yeah, I think they could have played a bit more safe. Just go for the Raxes instead of going for Throne. And yeah, now the Spectre has a bit more time to farm. She has the buyback gold penalty still, but nonetheless, she's getting the XP she wants. She's getting the farm now that she wants as well. Going for the Manta style next.
Talk to me about something here. We've got 2 drums on the side of KVP. Drums on the Spec, drums on the Bats. Now, they don't stack. Do you think it was just a situation that the Bat was in that he felt that he needed to get it?
I think so. Like drums on Bats is pretty good. Drums on Spectre as well, but yeah, the auras don't stack in that, so that's a bit of a misplay there. But I feel like both heroes needed it, so it's just unfortunately the situation they were in.
Oh, well, they're checking out Rosh. They may find the Bat. They know he's here. There comes the reality rip out. The 4-second stun coming out from the CK. They're going to try and turn it around, try and go into the Viper. Sal instantly capes up, trying to get out of there. Right clicking down the Viper. Batrider going to get himself in there. Spec gets spotted out, knows that she's in the side of the jungle, gets herself back into base. And NTD, they blew the CK out. They blew the Doom. Doom's not available just yet. 15 seconds and 120 seconds on Phantasm. So it could be an opportunity here for KVP. Still in it. So they can't do much from this point. But Haunt is down.
Radiant's bottom
I
shrine
think
is under attack.
NTD just gonna wait out for this Roshan. They're taking the shrines now, and this Chaos Knight already having a heart, and I just don't see how do you kill this Chaos Knight now. He's so damn hard to kill.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Ginsu's maybe. Well, you want on everyone. Look, he's
Me
he's
mammers,
already a
5 me mammers will kill him.
But look, the thing is, it was an unfair pickup. I mean, well, when I say unfair, it was
Yeah.
a well-played draft. Because TXT
Radiant's
picked up
bottom
CK
tower is under
last
attack.
pick. had nothing to counter the CK. But the jump comes in from Betrider, picks up the Rubik, and the X is being used out, Hort being used out as well. Chooses his target, they're going to lose the Rubik, the Death Ward is down. Cell doing a world of damage, Doom out on the Viper brings him down, and the Betrider goes down as well, but Epicenter, massive Epicenter coming in, and GG, well played, has been called out from the side of KVP, and your victors this evening, ladies and gents, are going to be NTD. They make it 3-0 for this VS Gaming Premium League Division game. Actually, really fun games to cast, bro.
Yeah, the teams were quite closely contested in game 1. Game 2, it's just that CK pickup and that last pick for NTD just sealed them the game, I think, and unfortunately therefore KVP just, yeah, too hard for them to come back. But well played to both teams, and well played to New Text Document for taking the win there and getting them 3 points in the league now.
Well, that's it. It's the leagues are underway. This is one of the first VS Gaming League games that I've casted, hoping to catch a lot more games coming up. So do give us a like. Facebook, I'm at Jubba Gaming. On Twitter, Jubba Gaming. YouTube at Jubba Gaming. Griff, where can people get hold of you if they wish?
I'm just on Twitch and on YouTube, /GriffinX on Twitch, and on, I don't know my link for YouTube, it's a quite horrible link to remember, but yeah, look for me there. If you type in GriffinX, you'll find me there. It was a pleasure casting with you, Jabba. Thank you very much. It was 2 great games casting with you.
Thank you for the invite. It's been a long time since I've been in the saddle. I've been more behind the screen than in front of it, so it's great to be back behind the mic and bringing you guys some good SA Dota, and let's ban more CKs in the future, guys.
Definitely. Check you guys later. Thanks everyone for watching.
Right, from ourselves, good night and God bless.